my name is Dawn, and today I am going to explain how I went from 0 subscribers to 600 in less than 1 month completely organically. So this is how I did it. All right, to give you some context of what my channel is about, why I decided to do it, I have to tell you a little bit about my story about 4 years ago. So about 4 years ago, I moved from Canada to Lima, Peru, which is where I started my English teaching journey. And I always wanted to teach English because I am really good at it. I studied anthropology and linguistics. I studied lots of different cultures, and so being in a new culture and then also being able to teach language was really exciting for me, and also being able to learn language while I'm here. And so at the beginning of all of this, I always just thought like, oh, what a cool idea. I'm just gonna live my life, be a backpacker, go teach people, and it'll be fun. I really had no idea what was in it for me. And I always realized that when I was making all of these decisions, or when I was making all of these classes for English, I loved it just because I love talking to people. I'm a big talker person, but also because I was getting to know people, I was building relationships. So when I met Marissa a couple years later, and she told me, Dawn, make a YouTube channel, you'll be great at it, it'll be awesome, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, but how can I build fun relationships over the camera when I could be doing that in person with all the people that I already know? Like, I just wasn't vibing with the idea immediately. And then it wasn't until, flash forward another maybe couple years or so, I found myself managing Marissa Romero's entire YouTube channel. And that was an incredible experience because she taught me a lot of what I didn't know about YouTube, but also things that I was learning myself. And again, all of this is the back end of YouTube. I was really interested in the SEO part of YouTube, the optimization, like the things that make YouTube videos great. And so that's where my focus was. And then it wasn't until earlier this year where I was like, okay, I'm balancing two things. I'm managing Marissa's YouTube channel. I'm also still doing my 101 classes for English, and it's a good balance, but I think I can maybe bump this up a little bit. And so what I did was I decided I'm just gonna take everything that I've learned from Marissa, and I am just going to, boom, make my own channel and see what happens. A big part of this is because in her program, Subscribers to Sales, we talk a lot about what you need to do to be consistent, what you need to do to actually have a successful channel. And I wanted to see it for myself. I just wanted to know, okay, well, if I did this myself, like, how are all of these steps going to be playing out? What are my emotions going to be in there? Like, how much time can I give this every day? I was really curious for this myself. Even though I already knew all of the back-end stuff for YouTube because of Marissa's channel, I wanted to see what it would be like from a channel from 0. And that's what I did. And so what I did was I just went through Marissa's program, which is Subscribers to Sales, where I literally went lesson by lesson by lesson, and I just followed exactly what she said. Keep in mind, she did not tell me to do any of this. She did not ask me to do this. I wanted to do this for myself because I have a company. I have something that I can share. I have something that I can literally talk about for days and days and days. So why not I just put all that effort into a channel? And so the two things that I've been balancing, I can try to make into one. And so this is what I did. And I'm gonna show you my channel on this share screen. All right, so welcome to my channel. It is called Enhanced English. There's my little face. And I'm just going to show you kind of what I did at the beginning. So the first thing to do was to make sure that I have a banner. And so your banner is really what's telling kind of like the idea of who I am, what I'm teaching very specifically, and then also having a cute picture of my face. And so here it is, Enhanced English. This is my logo that I had my designer friend create for me. I have my little statement, which is enhanced English for greater opportunities. And then I have my 2 little pillars, which is immediate to advanced and also speak like a native speaker. Speak English like a native speaker. So those are the 2 things I focus on in my videos. So hopefully when somebody is maybe somebody who's just looking for casual English, maybe they'll look at my banner and be like, oh, she's not really the one for me. Or maybe they will go to my banner and they will say, oh my gosh, I've been looking for new ways to get better opportunities with my English, maybe a better job, or maybe all these things. And so basically I'm just telling up front, hey, if you're going to watch my videos, then this is what you're in for. And then I also have a little statement over here that says new videos every week. And so that just lets them know I plan to do a video every single week. Now, again, because this was totally a hobby, this is just like an experiment to see how many videos I could, or how many subscribers I could get within a certain time frame. I decided on 16 videos. How many could that give me? Then I was able to pull up about 826 with only 16 videos. And my last one was about a month ago. So this is not something that I was doing consistently. It was really something that I was like, let's see what happens. And this is what happened. And I'm just going to take you to my analytics so that we can take a look at them together. All right, so these are my channel views per se, or you can at least see like what's been going on with this channel. So going from the bottom, this is my first video. It was called 12 Useful English Idioms That Native English Speakers Use. Something like that. That was June 27th. That video racked up over 1,000 views and over the course of a few months. And it got a really good traction. It got a lot of comments. And I know this is likely because I was telling people, I was like, hey, I know you. Like and share my video, please. And so this is with my direct friends and family. And so I know that helped a lot. The next few I did not care to tell anybody about. I was just like, this is what you get. But take a look at this one. In my third video, it went viral in the sense of how big my channel is, which is tiny. And I got over 4,000 views and also lots of comments and over 300 likes. And so this, I give a lot of credit to my thumbnail. And so when I was looking at that, I was like, oh my goodness, I wonder why that is. And an interesting thing that you will learn about anything social media, if you don't know already, is that it's the tiniest little details that can really make all the difference. And so notice how my face is like a little like, And then I also have 2 really interesting things here, like water versus water. So understanding English speakers, like what the heck is that about? And so when you take this information of what worked, which was this that gave me this views, I tried to replicate that. So I try to use the same kind of things in my next few videos. It wasn't until I kind of noticed that a lot of my views were going down up until I used a picture of myself again that had red lipstick. And so maybe I'm crazy. I probably am not in this case, but a lot of my views in thumbnails where I wasn't wearing bright lipstick, they weren't as poppin'. For whatever reason. It was really when I was wearing like a bright lipstick where the videos had the most traction. And I'm going to make another video about this video specifically, but I have a few tips that I learned in the SEO and the back-end department that actually helped boost this a lot. So you might be wondering like, well, how did you know what videos to make or how content to do or like what to do in general? Well, first of all, it really has to do with researching other channels that are doing something very similar to yours. And so that is one thing that I really did. I was checking like, okay, who's doing something similar to me? Because we are going to be niche neighbors. And so I just want to see what's in the crowd, what are people doing? And so that's what I did. I just really researched on YouTube directly, okay, what is like an English teacher doing? Like, specifically what I'm doing, which is helping people go from intermediate to advanced. What are they teaching? So I'd check their videos. I'd pick what I liked. I'd mark down what I didn't like. And I would basically make my own version of that same video and kind of tweak some things here and there. Like the title, I'd tweak it a little bit. And then maybe I'll tweak like the metadata, which is something in the back end. And so those are little things that I did to try to figure out what content I was going to make for this channel. And after my research, it really came to me that it's more like, okay, they like lists. They like lists of things like, okay, what are 12 really common idioms to use in a business meeting? What are some really common phrasal verbs to understand English speakers more? And so those little lists is what I realize helps a lot for English channels. And so that's what I copied. That's what I did. All right, so after I had everything set up, I had my branding down, I had an idea of my thumbnails, what colors I wanted, all of these things, especially my banner, because your banner is really your first impression to a channel. And so I'm like, okay, what components do I need there? So after all of that was done, then I thought, well, heck, now it's time to film my first video. And that was really nerve-wracking. I mean, I'm not the type of person to get nervous, but especially when you're just talking to a little camera, it can feel a little weird, especially the first couple times. But this is what happened. For the first video, I felt like I was really playing with whatever in the way that I was really trying to distract myself. I was like, okay, I'm going to find the perfect lighting. Okay, now I need to set up my microphone, and now I need to figure out how I'm going to do the proper camera angle and these things. I found myself really fiddling around with things just to fiddle with them instead of actually just talking into the camera. And a big thing that is taught in Subscribers to Sales is that it has nothing to do with how your video turns out. It really doesn't. It just has to do with doing it. Just getting your first videos out and making sure that you are not focusing on the perfectionism of them, but rather just making them and sending them off. So that is what I focused my attention to once I realized that, hey, I've been spending like 2 hours fiddling with this microphone that clearly has nothing to be fiddled with. And so that is what I did. Just focus my attention on, okay, what is the topic I'm going to talk about? Let's just go for it and see what happens. And so when I talked myself into that, I literally just sat down. I just had the great outdoors and Mother Nature for my lighting. I had this microphone, which is just a USB cable to my phone. And I was like, let's go. And so I sat down and I just talked. I just talked and talked and talked. I had an idea of what I was going to talk about, but I talked so much and I made so many weird examples because it's English. You have to come up with examples to really get the idea across, but I came up with a lot of examples. And after that, I probably talked to myself for like maybe 20 minutes. And then I thought, oh, well, that's that. And this is where I see a lot of people get hung up on. They get hung up on, okay, I don't want to send this for editing, or I don't want to edit this myself because it's not perfect in the first take. And let me tell you a little secret. Editing is magic. You literally don't have to do anything. You literally just sit there, talk your face off, make all the mistakes you want, make all the hiccups you want, make all the water breaks you need. And then the editing team, if you have one, or the editor yourself can quickly cut them out. So the editing team or the editor or whoever it's going to be, yourself or whatever, they can actually just cut those little bits off and it'll be like as if they were never there. So editing is magic, and just remember that when you go ahead to make a video. Never think of perfectionism, just think, okay, great. Thank God for technology, I can cut this out. And so speaking of editing, let's talk about what my method was. So I know that I am not the best technological person in the sense that I know what I know and I don't care to learn something new. That's me. And that could be you too, or that could be, or whatever. Or maybe you want to learn those editing skills because they are really beneficial for a lot of people. Absolutely. But for me, with my lifestyle and everything I do in a day, I thought, no way, I cannot do this. I am sending this to our editing team. And so let me tell you about our awesome editing team. So in the Subscribers to Sales membership, people who join actually have access to our editors, and they basically edit it for a super low price, like comparable to any other editor you're going to find. They do it really, really cheap. And so what I decided was, I'm not even going to waste my time trying to learn something. I'm just going to do my awful one take of me blabbing my face off, and I'm just going to send it to them. And then I'm just going to see what happens. A lot of times you can actually make notes of like, hey editor, I would really like you to add this little noise, and I want you to cut here and do all these things. I just went with grace, and I just thought, hey, this might be a weird long video for them, but they're probably gonna see a lot of my face, and that's okay. And I'm just gonna see what they come up with. Like artist choice, like artist creativity, or what is the expression? Artists, oh God, I forget. But I sent it to them and it came back like a masterpiece. Like I was so impressed, I was so excited. And so then that actually is what gave me like a lot of oomph. And I thought, okay, let's do this, because that was actually kind of fun. And having a rhythm after that was so much easier, because it was just smooth sailing once you realize what you're capable of after the first video. All right, so you probably have heard me already mention quite a bit about the subscribers to sales membership and how incredible it is, and it truly is. And I just wanted to let you know that if you are interested in learning about YouTube, being able to explore what you can do as a beginner on YouTube, being able to expand your business sales through YouTube, then it's really quick and easy. If you're interested, then check out the link for the blueprint, which is going to be tagged in the first link in the description, and you can actually see step by step how you can start creating your own YouTube channel for free. And so it's just a quick little download. Again, it's going to be the first link in the description. All right, so let's talk about what happened after my first video. So I started to notice that I was getting a lot of views. And I thought, that's cool. But I mean, I was sharing it. I mean, when I say that I was sharing it to my mother, my sister, and a handful of friends here in Peru that I knew were interested in English lessons that I just could not provide them. And so I was like, hey, if you like it, go ahead, take a look. And that's actually like one of the first things to do. And so a lot of people get hesitant, and I totally understand this, but they get hesitant to show their family members or their friends what they're working on, because maybe they're scared that they're going to be picked on, made fun of, or just like discouraged. And I get that. And so if it's not for you, then like, don't worry about it. Don't share it to your friends and family. However, you can share it to little forums. So you can try to find like groups and forums and places like Reddit where people are actually like sharing information, where it's maybe a group in your niche. Like maybe you're into wellness for women over 40. Then you can find groups like that on Reddit, on Facebook, wherever, where people are talking about those things. And you can say, hey, I actually just made a whole video about this. Go ahead and take a look at it. So it doesn't have to be directly your friends and family to be able to share it to people. Definitely take advantage of the internet, take advantage of groups. And so it is going to be a lot easier than you think to just start sharing it. And once it gets traction, boy oh boy, does it get traction. So let me show you one of my videos. And so now these are the analytics I have for basically like since my channel's lifetime, which was the end of June. And it just shows you like how many subscribers I would get like kind of on the daily average. And so on the daily, it was like maybe like 11, or maybe there was like 14, 16. And basically in the course of 1 month from my first video, there was 600. And so that just really helped by having like the odd video. So you could see like a lot of these like big numbers, like the blue in this case, is telling me, okay, 36 people subscribed to me when I made this one video that time. And so you see little spikes here and there because of specific videos. My most recent one, and actually it was like my last one, it actually tells me, okay, on the highest day, I had 51 subscribers just from one video. And so using your analytics actually helps you a lot to determine, okay, what are people liking? What are people like wanting my videos for? What are they interested in? And so that tells me, like, this little chart will help me, okay, decide, okay, people are really engaging at these videos. And so that's the idea. And so after 1 month, there was about 600 people. And then from there, it's just been kind of like steady. And then the last one got me a lot of subscribers. And if I keep going, which I plan to keep this hobby up, then I am going to probably shoot for the stars. Again, that's not really part of my journey right now, but I am going to get there one day. And so yeah, these are the analytics. And also just make sure when you are telling your friends and family or people on the internet to go check out your content, make sure you always say, like, please like and subscribe, because that actually helps your channel a lot. And like, that sounds like a robotic voice coming out, and I feel it too, but it is true. Any kind of engagement, whether it's a negative comment on your channel, or if it's even just like a like or a dislike or whatever it is, all of those little engagements are actually really beneficial for your channel. So whatever it may be, ask them to do something with the channel, even just like view it, subscribe, whatever, and it's going to help you a lot. So what did I learn after 16 videos and staying consistent? I learned that it can be hard. It takes a person that is quite driven to be able to really push out those videos. What we always teach in Subscribers to Sales is that it has nothing to do with perfectionism. It has all to do with consistency. And that actually goes for so many things in life, but it really does for YouTube as well. And so as long as you're pushing out content, the algorithm is going to be really on your side. For myself, I was able to be like, yeah, let's do 16 videos up front, see what happens. I saw huge growth with those 16 videos. Have I made more since? I mean, I'm going to. The one thing that I'm still working on is being able to figure out that balance, because this is an idea that I just had as a hobby that I thought, okay, let's just see what happens. I honestly haven't posted anything in the last like 2 months, and I still have subscribers coming, and I don't know why, because I'm still not putting out any new content. I plan to. I just went on a huge trip. I had all the excuses under my belt for not doing it, but once I figure out a clear schedule for myself, I know that I'm able to keep boosting it up, because as long as you just push out the content, the subscribers are going to follow you. So the more consistency, the more the subscribers. If you just have one great video and then nothing else, you're going to have some subscribers and then nothing else. And so just keep that in mind. All right, so I hope you learned a few things in this video. It was a little chaotic. I am sorry about that. But if you are planning to make a YouTube channel soon, please be sure to check out this next video, which is going to be all about building a successful YouTube channel with only 3 hours a week. All right, I'll see you there.